So I was tagged by Sam's Book of Treasures to talk about my reading story, and I thought this space would be as good a space as any to tell that story. And hopefully I won't talk too fast. And it took me a long time. I don't know, she tagged me like forever ago, and I'm just now getting to it. But it's really kind of neat to think about how I got here. When I was 5, according to my mother, I got mad because kindergarten wasn't teaching me how to read. And apparently I'd been sent to the principal's office. And we had conversations, and I don't know if they said I wasn't mature enough or whatever. But the bottom line was I wasn't happy. So at semester, my parents moved me to the elementary school that I would attend for the rest of my elementary career. And I was happier because they were teaching me how to read. Apparently I was bookish, even at 5. Okay, so my mom's a teacher, and she's been a teacher my entire life. And when I was growing up, there were 2 things that happened during the summer. Thing number 1, we did summer reading program at IMCBL. And thing number 2, she kicked us out the house. Which, meant we ran around and played and whatever, but when it got too hot, we would go sit in the shade and play Legos or read. And it was good. Now, I don't remember what I read in middle school. I'm sure I read. But it wasn't one of those things that was at the forefront, so it's kind of like a black hole until I ran into John Grisham, probably because my grandma gave me a VHS tape of The Client, and I liked it, and then I read the book, and then went through absolutely everything else I could think of, or everything else that I could find by John Grisham, and then also during high school I read a lot of non-traditional reading, like on the internet. So I was reading Lois Clark fanfic, and I was reading Greek mythology, and looking up a ton of stuff on the Dead Sea Scrolls. So really, who's to say that TV doesn't promote reading, because Lois and Clark and Xena. And then when I started driving, I frequented Half Price Bookstore, where I bought and subsequently read a lot of Paulo Coelho, and his books were incredibly influential, so much so that I have a quote from The Alchemist tattooed on my shoulder. Don't worry, didn't get it until, I don't know, I was like 26 or 27. And then senior year, I read Siddhartha in my Western literature class and fell in love with it, and it's one of those books that I've had so many copies of because I've lent it to so many people. And then college. The first couple years of college, I didn't do a lot of reading outside of what was assigned, and then I became an English literature major, and I did a lot of reading, and then I became a reading specialist, and I do even more reading. And partly because I see it as part of my job, and partly because I really, really enjoy doing it. I mean, who am I to teach others to become better readers if it's not something that I do myself? And I don't know, I can't imagine not having a life between the pages now. Haha. So, question of the week. How did you become the reader that you are? Leave it in the comments, and I hope to see you there soon. Happy reading, and don't forget to be awesome.